Adab, Salam, Namaskar. Welcome to New India Education Trust Examination web series. Friends, you know that we started this series for you all, meeting very senior educationists, senior principals who can guide you how to prepare for your examination. In this series, we have a very important guest today. The guest has completed almost 45 years in education, in the education field, who started her career from Mothers International School in the year 1977. Then she worked for DPS, and she had been in Kuwait for a long time, had been instrumental in starting 3 schools as founder principal, the Indian Center School, the Bharati Vidya Bhavan, and Learners Own Academy, Kuwait. Now she is the principal, she is heading the school, and she is also the owner of the school. So this is our today's guest, and she has won so many awards. And especially, I would like to mention that she had been the chairperson of CBSE affiliated schools in the Gulf. She had organized conferences twice. She had been the secretary, and then she became the chairperson. And then she got the National Award for Teachers, which is, in India, considered the best for the teachers, the top award in India. So she had been the recipient of that award. Our today's guest, we welcome Mrs. Asha Sharma, the principal and the founder of Indian Learners On Academy, Kuwait. Welcome, Mrs. Sharma.
Thank you very much. Thank you for such a detailed introduction of self. I'm really obliged.
Ms. Sharma, this series we started just to give some kind of guidance to our children. We will discuss especially the problems that they face, when they write the board exam. So we would like to discuss with you and would like to get your advice to the students how they should plan their study and what strategies they should make for the examination, because now board examination has been postponed to April. So still they have time. So this is the time, actually peak time, when they have to study more, they have to make their plan. So I would like you to advise the children how they should study, how they should plan, and what strategies they should make.
Yes. Planning is very much necessary, and I feel besides hard work, smart work should also be done. They should set their goals, and those goals have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Now, because the time is very limited, maybe the exams are starting from 26th of April, but whatever time gap they have got in between, they have to do the practicals also. They have to keep those days also aside. With the remaining days, I feel they should divide the curriculum into small bits and pieces. And they should, as far as possible, they should try to write and revise. Sometimes what happens when children read, they think that they have understood, they know everything. But once they start writing, they do not find the things coming to their mind. So I feel written revision is very much important. I have seen even in my school, even for the subjects like mathematics, they read, they go through the sums and they think they have understood, unless the sums are solved. So I feel children should go very steadily about it. And whatever they decide, whatever they plan, there should be a chart in front of them, in front of study table, and they should write date-wise, hour-wise, the whole plan. And when they are planning, it should not be a continuous process. After every half an hour, they can take 5 minutes break. After every 2 hours, they can take 1 hour break. And like that, if they study even for 7 hours a day, they can do tremendous. But when they are studying, heart and soul has to be in studies. They have to be very focused at that time, because children should understand at this level that first of all, they are adolescents and they are stepping into the seniorhood, and they should feel responsible. Whom are they impressing? If they are reading, whom are they impressing? Are they impressing anybody, or they are learning for themselves? So first of all, they should be true to themselves, that whatever they are learning, are they getting it or not? They have to reflect every now and then. Reflection is very important. Metacognition is very important. That what I know, how much I have assimilated, and time and again, suppose I have learned something today. I should test it tomorrow. I should test it 3 days after. I should test it 7 days after. Unless you go back to the basic again and again, and it is being settled in the mind, it has gone deep into learning, it will be of no use. Second thing is this, the right way to learn is to, you can say, to know the examples related to the real life situation. Then they will be able to assimilate it better. And they can have some notes or some, you can say, graphic organizers like mind maps for every topic. They can have mind maps. While they are revising, the main points can be taken in the form of flow chart, mind map, any kind of a Venn diagram, any kind of diagram, which they can just glance at the last moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Madam, actually, the point one, what you suggested and what you said is, about making a timetable, making a chart and keeping it in front of them. That is what we see, that many children, they do not make any timetable for them. So that is, yes, it is really required, with the time is very less, and they must prepare according to, they should follow a schedule for preparing. And I think, do you think that this subject-wise answer they should have, how much time they should, like, especially for class 12, I'm talking,
Yes.
For subjects like mathematics, physics, chemistry, accountancy, business studies, and even the languages.
I would like to say
yeah.
something in this context.
Yeah.
It is my real experience that children, if they attain very good marks, suppose in English is a subject which is taken for granted, and children feel that they should not devote any time to this. Whereas if they devote more time to English, they can get centum also. They can get 100%. And they keep on focusing all the time. They are sitting with the books of that subject in which they get the least marks. It has been seen. So I feel something has to be observed by the children. When are they more focused during the day? Whether they learn better in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. They should keep those subjects in which they are scoring less for that time of the day, in which their focus or attention is more, so that they are more receptive at that time.
Correct.
And the subjects like English, Hindi, languages, life subjects, they can be kept for that time in which they, you can say, suppose they have had food and after that they want to read something, they can keep for that. But in my opinion, they should not consider any subject hard to be given more time, or any subject too light not to be given time. So balance has to be there. Second thing, as you are saying about the schedule, which has to be put up against, they should reflect, as I said. Make a schedule. If you have followed the schedule, put a tick mark on that. See yourself. Making schedule is very easy. But are you able to follow it or not?
That's very
Check
important.
Yourself. That is very important.
Yeah.
Children make schedule, but they don't follow. They fix the targets. They fix the targets that I will get 90%. But how will they get 90%? This how is very important. That how are they learning? How will they achieve the target? They have to keep on introspecting. Am I improving? Am I better? Am I more confident? Am I understanding? Do I need somebody's help to explain? And the children who are already average and above average, best for them is to study in groups. They should have some time to discuss some of the topics which are of difficult nature within their group. Teaching is learning twice. If one is teaching others, one is learning better. So if they study in group and they explain to one another, the learning will be better. It will be very recreative also for them. They
Yeah.
will enjoy also to be in the group, because we have seen that most of the children during the study time, they get confined to their homes or to their room, which becomes very boring, which is not advisable. They should be mingling, and there should be time even to play. I have seen, I think, 10 interviews of the board toppers who got 99% or 99.9% marks.
Yeah.
And when they were asked and they were interrogated, first of all, they were not dependent on any tutor. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, they believed in self-learning. Number three, they had a schedule. Number four, they always kept very recreational, rejuvenating for them during the day.
That's very important, actually.
Toppers who had football or to play badminton, music classes, and in between 1 hour they were giving for recreation, so for the children. So it should not in which there should be a room for getting rejuvenated, getting fresh, and it should not be a continuous schedule. Breaks are required in between. Some parents, they switch. I would like to tell the parents, some parents, they switch off the TV during these days. This is not a right approach. Children should be given.
That's not fair also.
Yes. Then it will be very monotonous. Children will think that they are in the jail.
Correct. They should have entertainment. They should have recreation. That's very important.
Be given a chance.
It
should be intermittent.
I
think I would like to say, during these days, health should be taken care of. And light food should be consumed by the children. In between, yoga or exercises should also be there. Also be inhale in a lot of mind is fresh. So these are some of the.
I think there is a net problem. There is a net problem. I think it is breaking. Your voice is breaking. I think now it is better. Ma'am, you said one thing, especially which you mentioned, that was about the learning and then revising. That revision, especially by writing, that is very important. We have seen that many students, they learn, they just open their books, they keep on reading the books, but they don't write in the registers. That is very important issue. Yes.
Actually, I have seen this practically myself. And second thing, one more additional problem is learning without understanding. That one student I had, she was studies in class 11, that her methodology of learning was not okay. So I think this should also be checked, that how is child learning? Understanding is more important. Analysis is more important than just cramming up. I think in 10th and 12th, cramming has got no room. Understanding has got more room, and it should be focused on.
That's very important, actually, that the understanding is more important, and I think writing and practicing writing the answers, whatever they have learned, writing it and rewriting it, that will I think make their understanding better.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Here again, as you suggested, as you said, that some parents, they become very strict, and they just keep on telling their students, no, you have to study 9 hours, you have to study 10 hours, all that. That is also, what do you think as an educationist, how many, other than school hours, in school they spend around 5 to 6 hours, other than school hours, how many hours plan they should make at home for self-study?
See, in the school they study for 6 hours. When they are in the board classes and they are very marks conscious, they can devote 5 hours at home. That is enough. What is happening? Many children, they go for coaching they have used a lot of their energy. They are over and above that. Spending 5 hours is very difficult.
Yeah.
First of all, children have to become self-learners.
Self-learners, yes.
Yes. If they are self-learners, then 5 hours after the school hours is more than enough. When they are on preparatory holidays, then they should have total 8 hours for learning, because mind also feels tired.
Yeah,
and if they overburden and overstress the mind, they will forget more than they learn.
Of course.
So not more than 8 hours in a day, but on regular school day, they can, because there is a lot of recreation also in the school, they are not learning all the time. So even if the board examinee devotes 5 hours at home, it is more than enough.
Yeah,
but,
I think, the teachers have done their job. They have finished the syllabus. The curriculum is over, and revision also is over. So now children should focus on their own self-learning. They should make their own timetable, their own schedule.
Yes.
And it should not be, as you said, it should not be more than 8 hours, because mind gets tired, and then it is very dry.
Yes, of course.
And one more thing, very important thing which you said, that is about the interaction with friends.
Yes.
Discussing the topic, the topic that they have revised or they have studied, they have understood, they should discuss the topic with their friends.
Yes.
I would like you to give some advice, especially at this point of time, because still they have 2 months, about 2 months and a little more, especially to the parents. Sometimes we have seen that parents, they put a lot of pressure. So this is the time when we advise the parents. So I would like you to give some piece of advice to the parents towards the end of this program.
Actually, parents are also very ambitious at times, and they want children to score very well, and some are very marks conscious, whereas marks are not everything in life. You know, and I know. It's not necessary that the toppers are excelling in life. It is not a fact. So the schedule agreement at this hello.
Yeah, hello. I think your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Man, you can leave and re-enter.
Check.
You can leave and re-enter. I think then it will be better.
The computer, please. Told them in the office not to use the net.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
It will be better now.
Yeah.
It will be better now.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, we were talking about the parents, that you were giving some piece of advice to them.
Just a minute. Shall I start again?
I think if you can leave the meeting and re-enter, it will be better. Yes, this is what happens, when we are using technology. So maybe there is an issue of the internet. It is slow. I'm sure she will be joining us very soon, and then we will continue our discussion on these issues, especially the planning and the strategy, how the children, they should prepare for examination when this is high time. Just 2 months are left for the board examination. Our guest will be rejoining us, and we'll continue our discussion. This a few important things which Mrs. Sharma has said is about the, dividing the curriculum, making your plan, making your timetable, putting it in front of you, and, especially about the revision, especially about the practicing. You must learn and practice in writing. You must learn and practice. You must learn and write. When you do that, certainly your understanding will be better. So I'm sure the guest is joining, and we'll continue our discussion. Yes, Ms. Sharma. Welcome back.
Sorry.
No, it happens. This is the peak time for internet. So we were talking, you were giving some tips to the parents, how they should be part of the planning and strategy during this high time.
Yes, I feel when parents become partners in education, it will be the best thing to happen.
Of course.
When the schedule is been made, there should be an agreement with the parents, because parents have to provide conducive environment, a secluded corner where the light is coming from the right hand side, right from the top. There is no glare on the eyes of the child, and there is no kind of noises coming where the child is studying. There is peace at home. And second thing is this, apart from this, the environment at the home should be very peaceful. Everybody should wear a small smile. And what parents are doing, that also matters. One should not think that a child is not listening to what you are saying and all that. So they should be very conscious that what interaction is going on in the home, it should be all peaceful. Second thing is this, the health of the child has to be taken care of. Meals have to be given on regular intervals. As far as possible, they should give them light food, lot of juices, soups, etc., so that they do not go to sleep and they do not feel lazy every now and then. Heavy meals should be avoided. And child should get 7 hours of sleep. It is a must.
Minimum. Yeah, child should have. Yeah.
Sometimes what happens that parents think that we used to wake up at 4 o'clock when we were small. So child should also wake up at 4 o'clock. How do you know that this is which time suits to the child the best? Whether it is, I am a person who can never rise in the morning and study. I always like to read or study late at night. That time I'm more focused than in the morning.
The child should be mentally ready for that himself.
Yes. That is why I say that consult the child. And agree with the child. When the focus is at best, child should observe and you should comply with the child instead of imposing your own experiences of studies onto the children. That will not be a very fair thing. And another thing is that the mode of parents makes a lot of difference, because they should be very motivating. If the child is focused, studying, doing well, they should, this motivates the child. This encourages a child. Not that you are going there, what are you doing? Every time questioning the child is very irritating for the child. So let the child enjoy, become responsible, enjoy the liberty, and should be take the responsibility of learning on himself or herself.
That is right, Ms. Sharma. The parents' role in, to be part of this study plan and strategy is very, very important. And the words that you use, that the parents should be motivating and they should be encouraging the child instead of criticizing him at this point of time. That is very important. The parents' role is very, very important. Thank you, Mrs. Sharma, for joining us and giving these tips to the students and parents. I'm sure this will work. They will listen to it and they will follow these, important points at this important time of their preparation for board examination. Thank you for sparing your time.
I thank you wholeheartedly for involving me in. If I can be of any use to any student, any parent, they are most welcome. I feel this is our service, and this is the idea behind taking up the role of a teacher or a principal.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
So friends, that was our guest today, Mrs. Asha Sharma, with an experience of 45 years in the field of education, working as a teacher and as educational administrator. She had given you wonderful tips for the preparation for your board examination, especially when only 2 months are left for your board examinations to start. I'm sure these tips will help you. If you like this program, don't forget to share it with your friends, and please do not forget to subscribe this channel, New India Education Trust Beyond Classroom. Thank you. Have a great time.